Hi, welcome to the Laser Institute of Pinehurst. We'd like to wish you a warm welcome aboard. My name's Alicia Dees and I'm the Director of Education, here to make your training process and your move into this new position as easy as possible. So, sit back and let's get started. First of all, I want to introduce you to something that you'll already be familiar with, and that's your policy manual. You should already have read this. There's a lot of material covered in this particular manual. So if you do see anything or you come across anything that you have questions about, please feel free to ask, and I'll be able to sit down with you and kind of go in more depth of each individual step. But I just want to start off just kind of giving you the basics and reminding you of what our kind of the background of the Laser Institute of Pinehurst. Dr. Melly, of course, is the owner and the president of the company. She actually founded the company in March of 2006, and it has truly been her goal to create an establishment that is available and open to the Pinehurst and surrounding areas to have the absolute best quality care that we can possibly provide. We have two different slogans that we go by. Number one is find comfort in the skin you're in. And then our second one is look younger, feel better. And we feel as if they go hand in hand, because it is true. If we can beautify ourselves on the outside, it actually makes you feel more comfortable to be in the skin you're in and makes you more beautiful from the inside out. So that's something that we take pride in, and we hope that you'll feel the same way. Currently, we're equipped with over 5 lasers. We're one of the biggest facilities as far as with what we have to offer our patients laser-wise. We also have 3 estheticians on staff. We have office staff as well as some administrative assistants, as well as an office manager in place. So with that said, what we're gonna do to start off your training is I want to get you familiar with actually what happens in the office as if you were a patient, because I want you to know one thing that we do every single time a patient walks through our door. We offer them a tour. We want them to feel comfortable, and the best way to get you adjusted to having them feel comfortable is for you to feel comfortable yourself. So how I'm going to do that and what we're going to start with, this is actually our brochure and our menu of services. I expect you to read this from front to back several times. There's a pricing guide in there as well. That's going to give you prices on our different individual services that we have. Eventually, you should have prices memorized. I'm not saying you have to sit down and do that right away, but get yourself familiar with those particular procedures that we offer and the prices that they are. That way, when you have phone calls from patients, when you are actually with patients and you get the questions, what can I do for this or what can I do for that, you'll actually be able to have your answers. And that will come with time. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, but it definitely will come with time. But just so you know, when a patient arrives at our office, we actually give them a welcome letter. You're going to see that at the very beginning of the welcome letter, we offer them a tour of the facility. We actually want them to know of the different treatments, of the different products that we offer. So if you can take this same exact thing that they'll receive and you can basically have this memorized, it'll make your life a lot easier right from the beginning. Of course, we have other options and other tools that will help your life a lot easier, which is going to be our administrative protocol manual. This is going to help be your lifeline to anything that you need up front when you're dealing with patients, when you're trying to check patients in, check patients out, trying to make simple consultations over the phone so you don't feel like you're lost. So before we dive into the administrative protocol, though, I want to basically go through this particular manual with you step by step. Noticing on the back just our simple hours of operation. We're open Monday from 10 to 6, Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 8 to 6, Thursdays from 10 to 6, and then Fridays and Saturdays from 10 to 5. Get yourself familiar with those times. We actually have our office lunch from 1:30 to 2:30. We do not close the office down for lunch. We have the phones and the front covered. But as far as daily business, the doctor has her time to have some relaxation, to kind of regroup, as well as the therapists and the office staff. So we typically will keep the door unlocked and still be open for business, but we have a little bit of a quiet time from those particular hours. Another thing to be familiar with is our website. I expect after our first initial training session that you get on our website. Look at the services that we have to offer. Look at our menu of services. Jot down some services that you're interested in that you yourself would like to have done so that we know, because one thing here that you'll find out is as you learn and as you're trained, there's going to be so many things that you're going to want to take part in. And we want you to take part in them. We want you to be familiar with everything that we do and have the services done yourself so you can talk about the services to patients and have them have a deeper understanding because you have that understanding yourself. So, with no further ado, I'm going to actually jump right into our brochure from our menu of services. The nice thing about having a menu of services right here at your fingertips is it is going to give you a little bit of an in-depth definition of what each thing is. It starts with chemical peels, moves into facial and massage treatments, moves into laser photorejuvenation, hair removal, and other laser procedures down to dermal injectables. You need to know as a staff member who does what procedure. How long is that procedure going to take? What is involved in that procedure? What is the price of that procedure? Those are the questions that you're going to have on the phone, that you're going to have when a consultation arises. They're going to ask you, what can I do about this particular area of concern that I have? You need to have the answer. Well, this is an option. This is an option. This is how much that costs. So this will definitely help you get your head wrapped around that. And of course, coupled with this is the pricing guide. So if you have these two right in front of you, you're able to say, well, let's see, laser photorejuvenation would be a perfect option for you. Look right here in the very first tab, laser photorejuvenation starts at $550. So that gives you a jumping off point. And if you can take these two within this first few days of your training and kind of familiarize yourself with that, when we move into the training portion of the actual computer, which we use a software called Millennium, your transition to that will be much easier. Because when you go to book the appointment, you're going to have codes. You're going to have different avenues that you have to take to get to that specific destination. This will make it a lot easier if you're already familiar with it. This will end the very first section of your training. Refer to section 2 in your training videos, and we'll go in depth of the brochure.